Imagine sitting there, watching your business, your team, your whole world of marketing shake under a force you didn't expect. Not because you missed something obvious, but because the rules you've lived by are suddenly outdated. Like yesterday's news nobody wants to read, but everyone has to accept. Right now, it feels like there's a shadow creeping over marketing. Something so big, so raw, that even the strongest leaders are biting their nails, wondering if their entire strategy, their hustle, might crumble overnight. That's the gut punch no one admits out loud. Because here's the brutal truth: this shift isn't just a trend. It's not some clever new tactic that will come and go. It's a tectonic upheaval, a sneaky revolution blowing through every field, every startup, every boardroom whisper. Marketing is losing its old soul. The pipelines, the funnels, the shiny slogans, they're dying. And they're being replaced by something uncomfortable, something that forces you to face a mirror you can't look away from. The anxiety? It's real. It's not just about adapting your ads or hashtags anymore. It's about survival. About how you prove, day after day, that you are not just noise in a sea of endless noise. You feel it in meetings, in your gut, in those restless nights where you wonder if the next campaign will hit or miss. Somewhere deep down, you know the old rules aren't keeping up. The audience isn't what they used to be. The trust is evaporating faster than you can track. And if you don't figure out what's next, the whole house of cards you built could come crashing down. The problem is bigger than any one tactic. It's the foundation of marketing itself shaking loose. Because people aren't accepting messages the way they once did. False promises, slick pitches, empty words, those no longer cut it. The audience, the founders, the professionals, the leaders you want to reach, they're smarter, savvier, and more skeptical than ever. They can smell inauthenticity from a mile away. And when they do, they shut the door, swipe left, scroll past, ignore. So what does this mean for you, the person who's done waiting? The one who's burned the rulebook and refuses to live someone else's borrowed life? Here's the secret: they're not hungry for more marketing fluff. They're starving for connection. For something real that breaks through the noise and speaks directly to their fire. But the shift? It demands that you stop looking at marketing as a way to broadcast. It forces you to become part of a living conversation, a movement that doesn't chase approval but sets its own damn rules. This shift makes everyone nervous because it strips away safety nets. There's no hiding behind jargon or fancy tech. No algorithms can save a message that doesn't come from a place of honesty and grit. This new age of marketing demands brutal transparency. It demands taking a stand, not the safe, watered-down version, but bold, sometimes uncomfortable truth that leaves no room for complacency. Leaders feel exposed. Professionals feel vulnerable. Founders feel the weight like never before, because this isn't about selling a product. It's about rethinking who you are and what you want to be. The stories you tell your audience need to be your stories. The raw, unpolished, fierce stories that create trust and spark real engagement. It's hard. It's messy. It's the exact opposite of playing it safe. But it's the only way forward. Now imagine unlocking the power hidden in that fear. Imagine turning every doubt into fuel, every hesitation into a launchpad. Because here's what's not talked about enough. This marketing shift is your chance. Your moment to transform from just another voice into a signal that pulls others out of the noise. To build an ecosystem, a network, a tribe that thrives on the edge where the rare meet, the misfits connect, and brilliance turns into power. Because what if the real problem isn't the shift at all? What if the problem was the old marketing world designed for mediocrity? What if it rewarded blending in and punished standing out? The system was never built for those who dare. But here's the gift. The shift breaks that system wide open. It's an invitation to be sovereign, to be critical in your thinking, to constantly question what you're told and decide for yourself what's true. To redefine the reality you operate in, not just accept the one served to you on a silver platter. The challenge is brutal. Not everyone will survive this. Comfort zones are collapsing. The complacent, the conformist, the ones who cling to old formulas, they'll fade into obscurity. But for the few, those who burn, who refuse to bend, this is liberation. A chance to build a new framework where individuality isn't a threat, but your greatest asset. Where your will, your focus, your vision is sharper than ever. because it's unchained. And here's the secret weapon: connection. Not superficial networking, but deep, purposeful bonds that honor difference and weave diverse sparks into a force so fierce it reshapes futures. This shift rewards those who align with the few who burn as they do. Those who see patience not as waiting, but as playing the long game, knowing that real power doesn't come overnight, but through relentless evolution. Inside this storm, this nervous energy, lies a truth waiting for you to grab. Freedom isn't handed out, it's taken. It's the ruthless practice of shedding false comfort, silencing the noise of the masses, and embracing the terrifying, beautiful chaos of becoming. The kind of freedom that means owning your story and your impact in ways no rulebook ever allowed. So forget easier, forget comfort, forget fitting in. This shift is your call to fight for your place, not by following, but by leading, by creating marketing that's not just seen, but felt, that cuts through surface and opens up something real in every person it reaches. Marketing that's an act of rebellion, of truth, and of connection. If you felt that fire smoldering inside, that unbearable tension that whispers you were made for more, now is the time to listen. This is your moment to rise, not to a system designed to keep you small, but to a network of the rare few who won't just survive this shift, but will own it, build it, lead it, because in the place where the old world ends, your future begins. And it's waiting for those who dare to burn bright enough to light the way.